Let's talk about some law news. Now, I was going to lead off with Supreme Court Justice John Roberts' rebuke of Donald Trump and Trump wanting to impeach a federal judge, but this fell into my lap. Y'all need to see this. This married father of 4, this Republican senator from Minnesota, has been arrested and accused of soliciting a minor for relations. This person right here. Yes, let's jump into this one. Senator Justin Eichhorn, 40, was arrested on March 17th in Bloomington. The Bloomington Police Department says they communicated with a man who thought he was talking to a 16-year-old girl. On March 17th, a detective arranged to meet with him near the 8300 block of Normandale Boulevard in Bloomington. The man, identified as Eichhorn, was seen arriving to the area in a pickup truck. He was then arrested and booked into jail. He has not been fully charged, but felony charges of soliciting an under 18-year-old to practice selling of peaches are pending from the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, a press release said. Eichhorn is a Republican who's married with 4 children. 4, according to his Minnesota State Senate bio. He made headlines earlier this week for being a sponsor of a bill that would declare Trump derangement syndrome a mental illness. I am so shocked. That a Republican, one of these pro-life people, oh my gosh, these Christian conservatives could do such a thing. Gosh. And here is this father, this husband, this Christian conservative MAGA. Oh my gosh, this is the embodiment of the Republican Party. As a 40-year-old man, if you come to the Orange Jumpsuit District looking to have relations with someone's child, you can expect that we're going to lock you up. Bloomington Police Chief Booker Hodges said in a statement, "I have always advocated for stiffer penalties for these types of offenses. The recent case involving Michael Gillis, who was arrested in Bloomington, is a prime example of why we need stronger penalties. We need our state legislature to take this case and this type of conduct more seriously." Senator Majority Leader Aaron Murphy released the statement on Eichhorn's arrest. "The felony allegation against Senator Eichhorn is deeply disturbing and raises serious questions that will need to be answered by the court, as well as his caucus and constituents." Senate Republicans released the following statements regarding Eichhorn's arrest. "We are shocked by these reports, and this alleged conduct demands an immediate resignation. Justin has a difficult road ahead and needs to focus on his family." Yes, he does. But the same day he got arrested, he was sitting up here trying to divine Trump derangement syndrome. He really needs to be talking about his own derangement syndrome and scrolling for 16-year-olds. Now let's talk about this Justice Roberts' statement on Trump's call to impeach a judge because of this Venezuelan situation. Before I get to Justice Roberts' response, let's look at why he was even talking about this. This is the statement from Trump. On his Truth Social, he says, "This radical left lunatic of a judge, a troublemaker and agitator who was sadly appointed by Barack Hussein Obama, was not elected president. He didn't win the popular vote by a lot. He didn't win all 7 swing states. He didn't win 2,750 to 525 counties. He didn't win anything. I won for many reasons in an overwhelming mandate. But fighting illegal immigration may have been the number one reason for this historic victory. I'm just doing what the voters wanted me to do. This judge, like many of the crooked judges I'm forced to appear before, should be impeached. We don't want vicious, violent, and demented criminals, many of them deranged murderers in our country. Make America great again." But even though he released January 6ers who did commit murder and were violent and had a mob mentality. So it just depends. If they're January 6ers and criminals, it's fine. Release them back onto the street. All right, now let's get back to the other article. Chief Justice John Roberts said impeaching federal judges is not an appropriate response to disagreeing with their rulings in a rare statement Tuesday, according to multiple reports. Roberts' extraordinary comments come as a rebuke to Trump's Tuesday post saying the federal judge who ordered flights deporting alleged Venezuelan gang members to turn around should be impeached. The Trump administration ignored the order, claiming it was issued after the flights had already departed and left American jurisdiction. Driving the news. For more than 2 centuries, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision, Roberts said, according to a Bloomberg report. The normal appellate review process exists for that purpose. It's going to be interesting watching how the Trump administration, who's keeping them in check, because we're watching the Republican Congress bend the knee and do whatever he wants. But the judiciary is also supposed to be a check and balance. All of these branches are supposed to be independent, but MAGA Republicans are doing whatever Trump wants. It is interesting. I did go over to the conservative subreddit to see what they're saying about Judge Roberts and his statement. Okay, so this person who is a Catholic conservative says, guys, this is how the system works. Federal judges have had this level of power for most of this country's history. We have an appellate process, and each of these rulings will go through it. We definitely don't want to start a precedent of allowing no judicial recourse against the executive orders. This country doesn't turn on a dime. That's a good thing. And then this person says the courts aren't the king. Checks and balances apply to all branches of government, not just 2. And then this person says Trump isn't the king either. So it seems things are working as they should, with the exception of Congress, and Congress is seeming to let Trump do whatever they want. I mean, they're allowing him to do whatever he wants to do. And then we got this person, day 25, saying, so in other words, an unelected district judge from anywhere in the country can tell the elected president, head of the executive branch, what to do on anything in the name of judicial review. And there's nothing the president can do but wait for appeal and hope a few other judges in the way aren't also corrupt. The fact that they're calling this person corrupt simply because of this ruling is wild. And then Conspiracy says, yes, by design, the whole U.S. system is designed to move slowly. That's a feature, not a bug. While frustrating when things are moving the way you like, it is great when they are moving in a way you don't like. On this post, some of the people are like, Trump should be able to do whatever he wants. And then others like, no, this is how it actually goes. People in this post don't really seem to like it when folks go against Trump. Like, they really do believe that he is a king and he should be able to just do whatever he wants. I do watch the conservative subreddit just to see what they're talking about. Now, for this article, judge finds DOGE's shutdown of U.S. aid likely unconstitutional. All of his executive orders and all of the thing that DOGE is doing, people are fighting back against it by going through the judiciary. Because, like I said, Congress is just allowing him to take over. And even though Congress is the one that creates departments, they're just allowing this for whatever reason. Anyways, this article, it says, a federal judge on Tuesday found that Elon Musk and the White House's Department of Government Efficiency likely violated the Constitution when they unilaterally acted to shut down the U.S. Agency for International Development. U.S. District Judge Theodore Chong ruled in favor of a group of more than 24 unnamed current and former U.S. aid employees and contractors who had challenged the efforts to shutter U.S. aid, which were mounted by DOGE and Musk, a senior White House advisor, and who Trump has said is the leader of the task force. Chong granted in part their request for a preliminary injunction and said in a 68-page decision that DOGE and Musk likely violated the Constitution's Appointments Clause and separation of powers. He ordered Musk and the task force of employees to reinstate access to emails, payment, and other electronic systems to all current U.S. aid employees and personal service contractors. The judge also prevented the Trump administration from taking any action relating to the shutdown of U.S. aid, including placing employees on administrative leave, firing U.S. aid workers, closing its buildings, bureaus, or offices, and deleting contents of its websites or collections. So another judge smacking them down. But the thing is, how do you make them actually do what the judges say? The chaos, the dysfunction of DOGE, Trump, Musk, all these people trying to fire thousands upon thousands of government workers has been a roller coaster. They're trying to fire all these people for efficiency's sake or waste sake, even though I will remind us all that Elon Musk is getting millions of dollars a day for his businesses, and Trump keeps taking trips back to Mar-a-Lago to play golf, and that's costing the taxpayers millions of dollars. But yes, Let's just keep firing American workers. That's going to help the economy. Anyways, this article, it says, Trump administration says it is working to reinstate more than 24,000 fired federal workers. So these people are supposed to be reinstated. Officials at 18 departments and agencies submitted signed declarations detailing their team's effort to rehire the fired workers in order to comply with court orders. Last week, 2 federal judges ordered the administration to temporarily reinstate thousands of probationary workers who were fired. The documents are the full first accounting of how many people lost their jobs in the Trump administration's mass firing of probationary workers who have typically held their position for less than 2 years and don't have full service protections. And what sucks about the whole probationary period, even if people had been with the department for years and just moved departments or whatnot, they were re-put on probation. So the way they fired people just was completely out of line, out of pocket. These people definitely needed to have some protections. So that's the reason probably also why they got reinstated. All right, it says, but many of the employees being reinstated won't be getting right back to work. Instead, they'll be placed on administrative leave, including at the Education Department and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, 2 agencies that have been targeted for dismantling, and a number of other major federal departments. Several of the officials said in the filings that reinstating employees to full duty status would impose substantial burdens on their departments or agencies, noting that the employees would need to be onboarded again. Why would they need to be onboarded again? Complete training and paperwork and receive applicable security clearances and government equipment. Why do they need to get security clearances? The DOGE boys don't have security clearances. Elon Musk doesn't have a security clearance because he's not supposedly an employee. Why don't they just give these people their jobs back? All right, it says officials also said that while their departments and agencies were working to reinstate probationary employees, an appellate ruling could reverse the district court's order shortly after terminated employees have been reinstated. It just sounds like they're trying to bide their time and not rehire these people. They just want to keep chaos going. They want to keep all of these people in flux and scared and stressed out. It's not fair, but it seems like the judiciary is the only thing that's trying to keep the Trump administration in check. Let me know what you think of all of this. There's a whole lot going on daily. So much going on daily. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.